Now, another thing that I do love about the historic downtown type areas in some of these towns are the homes that you're going to get. You're going to see this in places like Grapevine, as well as certainly here in McKinney. You have all of these cute houses that you're going to see with the front porches that just look very like old school, and some of them are absolutely stunning. A lot of them have been renovated, so they're going to have to be preserved because it's a historic district. There is a little bit of new construction out here where, you know, they have fit a few in there, but for the most part, you see these gorgeous old homes, and it's just, I feel like straight out of a fairy tale with these porches that they have out here, and just the character that you're going to find in a historic downtown area. So some of these homes you can get around $800,000 depending on the size. If they're complete total fixer-uppers, I've seen in the $300,000 range, but some people really love living in areas like this. And if you love the historic type homes in a historic type district, you can certainly buy one of these houses around here. And then you have access to be able to walk to the downtown. Like I said, grab breakfast, lunch, dinner, go shopping, meet your girlfriends for coffee. And just one of my favorite things about these downtown areas, which I like to feature quite a bit. But anyway, lots of cute houses here that I just wanted to show you a bit before we get into regular master plan communities, regular neighborhoods, and what it's like actually living in McKinney. Now taking you through the community of Eldorado here in McKinney. This is a beautiful established neighborhood, more on the east and south part of the city of McKinney. We're just east or just west of the 75 freeway, just north of the 121. So you have really good freeway access over here. It's a really big established neighborhood. Homes here range from around 350,000 to about 1.2 million. And because it's established, we have tons of trees, tons of walking trails. As you can see, some hills throughout here, but we also have varying sections here in Eldorado as well. Multiple areas, you know, kind of depending on which neighborhood you're in. We have the Estates section, Eldorado Point, Eldorado Lakes, Eldorado Estates, the Village of Eldorado, but it's a big master plan community, like I said here. And as you can see with these homes, just pretty traditional, and they've been around for a long time. But inside some of them, even though some of them might be a little bit more traditional, some of them have been remodeled. They're absolutely stunning, and just kind of depends on what it is that you're looking for. But the average price point here is in the mid $500,000 range. So certainly if you're looking for affordability and something that has good freeway access in a master plan community with lots of amenities, this could be a really good one because of everything that it does have to offer. Not everybody needs brand new construction, and a lot of people do want these beautiful types of neighborhoods. So if you have any more questions, reach out to me about this one specifically, and I would be more than happy to kind of fill you in. The next community we're coming into is called Adriatica. And if you're in McKinney, you can't leave Adriatica out. It was modeled after a Croatian village. Actually, this is probably gonna be super fun because of the cobblestone streets driving through here. But you are going to, my goodness, that is loud. You are going to have condos, townhomes, and single family homes, apartment style living, and housing for 55 and up as well. So as you can see, it's going to be all along the lake. There is the cutest chapel overlooking the lake. They were very spiritual, put the Bible down in the ground below it. Is the sweetest story about the couple who own and built that over there and designed this whole area. But we have some commercial spaces down here. A lot of these are just locally owned. I mean, yeah, you do have your Starbucks in here, but the views out overlooking the lake and just the atmosphere in this particular community is just really stunning. So if you've been to Europe, if you've been to Croatia, we went a couple years ago, one of our favorite trips ever. That's what this was designed after. And a lot of these homes overlooking the water, and it just is absolutely darling. So taking you through here, it's a little bit rattly just because of, like I said, these cute little cobblestone streets. But here in Adriatica, like I said, you can get different types of living. You can even rent an apartment here. But it's just like walking through some little European village when you're in here. The little garages in the back, and then the beautiful views out over the lake, which is just stunning. So here you can get homes or condos, townhomes, anyway, whatever it is that you might be looking for, different options for sure. 1,900 square feet to over 5,800 square feet. So huge range of offerings out here in Adriatica. But look at the cute little street overlooking the water. I just absolutely love that. And prices here are going to range everywhere from around $650,000 to about $1.5 million. Adriatica is within the Stonebridge Ranch community, but as you can see, so many different types of housing, cute little villas, but walk out your cute little front porch, talk to your neighbor. Everybody can sit out there. You can sit out on your front porch having your morning hot chocolate. We're gonna change it up here a little bit and talk to your neighbors, but you're just not gonna get anything like this. And if you're coming to McKinney, you just kind of have to see it. But if you wanna come and eat lunch out across the water, prom, homecoming, you're gonna see all of these kids out there taking pictures where the chapel is overlooking the water, and then the multi-million-dollar homes across the lake. You can't go through McKinney without taking a look at what Adriatica is, and maybe another cute idea if you're looking to purchase a home, townhome, or a condo here in the McKinney area, and you're looking for something a little outside the norm. So anyway, you want more information on Adriatica, what might be available, but this is also another area. I think there was 7 sales in the last 6 months. So not much is on the market. There's a couple condos on the market right now, but depends on what it is that you're looking for. Reach out and I'd be more than happy to get you the information on making a move here to McKinney, anywhere in Dallas, or even here in Adriatica. There are some really great parks here in McKinney. In fact, tons of things to do, all the green space with the golf courses, but parks are a great thing here too. And one of my favorites is called Wenk, and it is 216 acres. It has an amazing amphitheater out here. It has a dog park. It has baseball fields, soccer fields, ponds for fishing. I'm not sure if you can see this fantastic playground in amongst the trees. It just to keep your kids super active. And we didn't have these types of parks when we were growing up, and I think they're pretty phenomenal. It is a great place to come, even in the summertime when it's hot, just because there are so many trees and so much shade. But with all of the trails that they have out here, you're gonna see kids out here playing sports. In fact, I just saw a bunch of cross-country runners, but everybody is bringing their dogs out here, their animals out here. Multiple playground areas. There's another really great one over here as well. It's really kind of hard to show all these things because of the amount of trees, but super busy on a Saturday, and you'll always see people out here. So just kind of wanted to drive you through this one just because it is a really good one over here in McKinney, but lots of other great parks and things to do, but this is a really good one. So if you live in McKinney, I can guarantee you'll probably be coming out here quite often. Families, people with their dogs, and people just out on their morning runs. So, beautiful park called Wenk. Now, speaking about shopping, there is a lot here in the city of McKinney. If you need your Costco, we have Costco. If you want your H-E-B, you got your H-E-B. At home, Trader Joe's, you pretty much have whatever you could possibly need right here in McKinney. Now, a lot of the commercial stuff is going to be down along the frontage roads, along the 75 freeway, along the 121 tollway, but also here along the 380 on the north side of McKinney. Now, McKinney is a really big place. It's over 68 square miles, but you're going to have a lot of commercial options too. So, I mean, if you need your Costco and just shopping, dining, fast food. All right, now I'm driving through the community of Auburn Hills. We are on the north side of McKinney. We're just north of the 380. And this particular community started in 2016, and it has just over 300 homes. They also have a section here in Auburn Hills called Willow Creek, which is a gated section of this particular community. They have their own pool, community center, but there's also a pool within Auburn Hills for the rest of the community. So they have access to multiple ones. But it is not a huge master plan community, but a pretty decent size that you're still getting plenty of amenities. Like I said, swimming pool, trails, community center, and also there is an elementary school here within the community as well. Now, the homes here, we are north of the 380, are zoned for Prosper ISD. So if you want a walkable community, easy to have your kids get to school, this could be a good one. A little bit newer, but completely built out, so you don't have to worry about all of the construction mess. So just kind of wanted to take you through here. Again, not that big. We have playgrounds, trails, and even a community pond that you can go fishing in. So the perfect amount for what you need in a smaller master plan community. And this is the community of Auburn Hills. Now I want to talk about the community of Highland Lakes here in the city of McKinney. We're a little bit further north, of the 380, and this is a new construction community that has two builders. We have Taylor Morrison and Pulte Homes, and homes are going to average between around 2,500 and 3,600 square feet, with prices from about $650,000 to around $800,000. That's kind of like completed. So there are going to be over 1,300 homes here. They just started phase 2, and after phase 2, they're actually moving to phase 5, which they're developing now because that's where they're going to have the middle school. But within the community of Highland Lakes, we're going to have an elementary school and a middle school, and then ultimately, just on the other side of the community, a little bit on the west, that's where a new high school is going to be. And everything in Highland Lakes is actually zoned for Prosper ISD. So if that's important to you, this could be a really good one. But getting the size of the home in this particular price point is what a lot of people are looking for. Not everybody can spend $1 million. So if you can get into the $650,000 to $750,000 price point, lots are 50s and 60s. So no tiny 40-foot lots here either. You're gonna have the garage in the front, which can make a difference for some. So if you want more information on this particular community, like I said, it's newer. We're just starting phase 2, so pretty early on here, and you're gonna have schools in the community. It also has a big, huge preserve area right through the community as well. So parts of it you're gonna kind of have to go out and around a little bit, but ultimately having multiple schools within a community, or at least within walking distance. Of course, they're not here right this minute. It could, I think the high school's in 2027, but nonetheless, within the next couple of years, you're gonna have schools right within the community and right next to the community. And it's brand new construction. So if you have any more questions about Highland Lakes, reach out and I would be more than happy to let you know what the incentives are going on right now and what they'll be offering in regards to closing costs, down payments, interest rates, and that kind of thing. So reach out if you have any questions about Highland Lakes here in McKinney, but zoned for Prosper schools. Now let's talk about the community of Aster Park. Now, this is another really good one. Brand new construction, kind of in the first little bit of being built out here, and we have some fantastic builders. Aster Park is going to span over 400 acres. It's going to be a gated master plan community, and multiple sections are going to have multiple gates. So everybody's going to kind of have their own little private gated entrance depending on which portion of Aster Park that you live in. Now, what's going to be really great about Aster Park is going to be their amenities. They're calling them state of the art. They're absolutely beautiful as we put the pictures up so that you can kind of take a look at those. They're going to have, just like I said, state-of-the-art clubhouse, resort-style pools, very expansive walking and biking trails. As you can see, these hills all around through here. which is just going to make it a really great place to be outdoors, as is a lot of McKinney. Now, Aster Park, we're pretty far north and pretty far to the west side, and the people who live here are also zoned for Prosper ISD. But we're a little further out here into the countryside, I will say. Now, the builders here in Aster Park are Toll Brothers, and they do have a couple of different offerings here. Highland Homes, Shattuck Homes, William Ryan Homes, as well as M&I Homes. So we have multiple fantastic builders in here, and as I kind of drive through here, so you can see these gated entrances based on, you know, where it is that you're going to be living and what you're going to be getting if you're moving here. So different lot sizes out here, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 40-foot lots as well. So multiple different fantastic builders, but more importantly, if you're really looking for more of a private community, those gated entrances, of course, that's going to mean your HOA fees are a little bit higher out here, but it is really beautiful out here. It's built down and along all of these trees. In some of these areas, the preserve area over here, they're not going to be able to develop just because of how it is and depending on where your lot is. So some of these lots over just here to my left is what's overlooking the preserve. So you're never going to have anybody that is living behind you. So some really beautiful spots over here in Aster Park. But more importantly, some of my favorite builders and some fantastic amenities that will be coming here very soon. So if you have any more questions about living here in Aster Park, reach out to me and I would be more than happy to hook you up with one of these fantastic builders, find out what amazing incentives that are being offered, and whether you need a move-in ready home or you want to build your own. We're going to have multiple options out here because we will be building for the next number of years. So reach out and let me know if you have any questions about Aster Park. All right, we are headed through my favorite community here in McKinney because it's a little bit different. It is so cute. It is called Tucker Hill, and it's a front porch community. Everybody has a porch out front, and it's absolutely darling. It's definitely one of those neighborhoods where you will be sitting outside. I have seen so many people already standing outside talking to their neighbors while they're watering their plants. How much better can you get than that? Now, living in a neighborhood like this, you're gonna have to be a pretty close-knit community, and that's what it's for. So if you're looking for something a little bit different that doesn't look like everything else, we still have community pool, community clubhouse, plenty of areas to go hang out, cute little pocket parks in here. We have a playground, but it is just super cute. I was actually going to get out and walk around a little bit. It is so windy today, so thank heavens for this setup that we have. But these cute little tree-lined streets, literally every single house has a porch out front, and it just cannot get cuter than that. I feel like this is what the South is all about, and here in Texas, we got that right here in McKinney. So we're not in the deep South, but we certainly have this cute little area to call home. Now, prices here in Tucker Hill, well, actually, there's only 600 homes in here, so kind of an in-between master plan community. Houses range from about 1,800 square feet to over 5,800 square feet, and prices are starting around $700,000 to about $1 million. That's what prices have been for the last 6 months in home sales out here, but it is just one of my favorite communities. So kind of wanted to drive you through here. There's only one way in off of the 380, so you do have to just have that one way to get out of the stoplight and get out of the neighborhood. Oh, and also all the backyards are rear entry garage, so your backyard's going to be a little bit smaller, but a lot of them have like a little casita out back, just kind of depending on the size. So you don't have a massive backyard here in this particular neighborhood, but you're moving here for the community, for the look and feel, and just the quaint little quiet master plan community that you might have your heart set on when making that move here to McKinney, Texas, or if you just were trying to find somewhere a little bit different. So not tons and tons of sales in here because obviously people like to live here and they like to stay here. So if you do have any questions and you want to keep your eye out on somewhere like Tucker Hill. And I mean, is that not just the cutest name ever? I will say I love to, you're not just getting one porch, but a lot of these homes have 2 levels. So you have a porch on the ground, and you have your porch on the 2nd story too. So absolutely love that about this community. And as you can see, everybody's out walking their dogs, talking to their neighbors, and just plenty of green space, plenty of trails, but just a cute, quiet little community over here in Tucker Hill in the city of McKinney. So any questions, reach out to me and I would be more than happy to help you out. Now I'm gonna take you through Gabe Nesbit Park. Now this place is pretty phenomenal. There is what's called the Apex, outdoor water slides, fitness community center, gym area. We have multiple fields here for everything you could possibly think to play: baseball, softball, soccer, football. We have a massive indoor tennis center. There is a skate park, and it's right in the heart of McKinney. It's just north of Craig Ranch, literally right in the center of McKinney, but there is so much to do here. So if your kids are in sports, if you want to go join the local, the Apex over here, Gabe Nesbit Park is another phenomenal area where pretty much all the sports are going to take place. So if you want to go learn how to play tennis, how to play pickleball, if you want to bring your kids for the local, sign up your kids for t-ball, the local rec leagues. So lots to do and something for everybody, that's for sure. So I absolutely love this huge tennis pickleball center. So if anybody needs some lessons, this is a great place to do it. And it's indoors, so you can play it all year long. And in the summertime when it's super hot and sweaty, you can do it indoors. So I wish we did have more of those around, but they have this big, huge one right here in McKinney, and it's right here within Gabe Nesbit Park. So now let's talk about the community of Stonebridge Ranch here in McKinney, Texas. Stonebridge Ranch is, I mean, so many different neighborhoods. It is over 6,000 acres. The golf course is gonna run through it, the Stonebridge Ranch Country Club. But here in Stonebridge Ranch, there are going to be 74 what they call villages. Now, a lot of these homes right here are overlooking the lakes and the green spaces, the golf courses. So some of these homes have some stunning views, but it is massive, but it is all technically part of Stonebridge Ranch. Now, there are 2 different country clubs within Stonebridge Ranch. Both have golf courses. There are multiple pools in here, including a big lagoon type pool with a sandy beach entry. So gives a little bit more fun, interesting place to go hang out during the summertime. There is a tennis club. There are miles and miles of trails. Obviously, with over 6,000 acres, you can't expect not to have tons and tons of walking trails around here. There is over 500 acres within Stonebridge Ranch of preservation open space. So a lot of area that it hasn't even been developed, that won't be developed. So you still have a lot of that nature area right here within Stonebridge Ranch. But also because it is so big, there's multiple areas with lots of retail. You have schools within some of these particular neighborhood areas in Stonebridge Ranch. So lots and lots of area to cover. And of course, prices will vary all over the place here in Stonebridge Ranch as well. You can find homes in the $400,000 range and homes over $1 million. But I just obviously wanted to drive you through part of it. It is an established neighborhood. It has been around a while, but because it's within a couple of the country clubs, very well taken care of neighborhood, and some of these homes are absolutely beautiful. But it is definitely a little bit more traditional on the outside, these big beautiful stone and brick exteriors in a lot of them, but you're going to find a lot of these parks and ponds all throughout the So Stonebridge Ranch is super popular, and it could totally depend on where it is, which section of it and the type of homes that you'll find. But if you have any questions, throwing up the map so you can kind of see where it is on McKinney. It is part of McKinney ISD, but here in Stonebridge Ranch, everything is south of the 380. So I kind of feel like if you're south of the 380, traffic sometimes isn't quite as bad. It's just a matter of where you might need to be commuting for, getting to work if you're having to commute on a regular basis. But you can really find anything you need all around these particular areas here in McKinney, in Stonebridge Ranch, and in a lot of these other communities. But this area is totally established, been here for a while, and a lot of really beautiful neighborhoods. So reach out if you have any questions and want more information about living in Stonebridge Ranch. Now let's take a little drive through Craig Ranch here in McKinney, Texas. Now, Craig Ranch is known for having the TPC. So one of the top golf courses, professional golf courses here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Lots of tournaments and things take place here at Craig Ranch, and it is a very close-knit community here as well. I will say the thing with Craig Ranch, some of these areas have some pretty narrow streets going on here, but a lot of these homes also run along the golf course. Craig Ranch does have over 1,500 homes and townhomes that do range from around 1,400 square feet to over 7,000 square feet. You can get some big, huge custom homes overlooking the golf course here in Craig Ranch, and they have all of the amenities that you could possibly need. They have multiple pools, fitness centers, dog parks, plenty of lakes, and tons of trails, especially along the golf course. Well, not all along the golf course, but lots of trails that you can do. But some of these beautiful homes overlooking the golf course are absolutely stunning. So I'm going to drive you down Settlement Way, where, like I said, some of these homes overlook the golf course. They have this fence up just because it is a private country club, and also so people aren't just like wandering down on the golf course. And prices in Craig Ranch are going to range anywhere from around $400,000 to around $2.5 million. But if you can see these views of this golf course and how green it is absolutely gorgeous. So having that front porch or that back porch overlooking this stunning golf course is phenomenal. So that's why it's ranked so high up there as being one of the top golf courses here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, also the homes here in Craig Ranch are zoned for Frisco ISD. So here we have another school district within McKinney. So you can see a lot of these houses. It's a little bit like a front porch community in some of these neighborhoods. You're not going to have these big yards, but there are a lot of different sections here in Craig Ranch as well. There's over 400 acres just within Craig Ranch, so a lot of space and a lot of area to spread out. And it's also surrounded by a lot of your shopping centers. So Craig Ranch is just north of the tollway, and it's a super popular neighborhood. Some of these homes in here can be fairly affordable if you're looking for a good location and something within a great master plan community. But most of these homes, I will say, do not have very big yards. So that's probably the biggest downfall that I would see if you're truly looking for some space. But here in Craig Ranch, we do have fitness centers, you have a spa, beach volleyball, the McKinney Sports Complex right here, Performing Arts Center, ball fields, and plenty of parks and trails within the community.